Resilience in the urban context, of course, means how cities cope with shocks and how its actors are able to learn, adapt, and self-reorganize. But we, of course, cannot test it always in reality. We cannot stress test cities. So the most impactful, I think, was the development of this computational social sciences, when we can now, with computer simulations, model entire societies consisting of thousands of agents, so that we could safely test in these artificial societies, for example, certain engineering interventions of policies, for example, to see how cities adapt to climate change.
Well, cities have followed this very interesting trajectory. Started with agriculture, moved towards industrialization, and now with lots of progress in technology, we're moving towards digitization. But I think in the process, many low-income communities have suffered terrible economic, social, and environmental consequences. Many people in cities around the globe don't really have access to secure housing, proper healthcare, public transport, clean access to energy, cheap access to other kinds of facilities that are required for well-being. And I think all of this can be traced back to our colonial roots, how capital and consumption is used for more extraction. Our cities are organized around this kind of model today. So when I realized this, it completely flipped my worldview and changed the way that I seek and follow research now.
It matters a lot where and how we build our cities and how we continue developing. It also requires major societal transformations in behavior, finances, policy, so that we could make these transitions, these major transformations that are required also in the urban context, as equitably as possible.
Well, I think the biggest challenge that we face today is to adapt to a changing climate, while also at the same time reducing inequalities for several communities that we see are dealing with a lot of social issues. Municipalities, they're very close to people and citizens in terms of power distance, and they're kind of outsourcing management and oversight of public services to private infrastructure companies and to consulting. This is a problem, because this does not really lead to social justice. All of these are about really collecting a lot of data about society to legitimize and to rationalize how things are going to be managed and developed for the future. And the benefits are not distributed equally to every person living in a city.
Actually, TPM is one of the world's leading institutes in creating such computational agent-based models, because we have a critical mass of people who actually pioneer in methodological developments and applications, certainly in cities. Besides, TPM has a strong presence in the climate action program by leading the climate governance theme and delivering all sorts of data and model applications that deliver knowledge for resilient cities.
I think ultimately social justice is at the heart of all of our crises. I think we are very good at thinking about systems and thinking about problems from a bird's eye view. How systems are connected in our society, how it impacts people, how different communities would get different kinds of benefits if a certain policy comes out. Since we're talking about the future, I think we all agree that students are the future. They are the chariots of change. And it's about transforming education today so that they can make and affect the change tomorrow.